Welcome to Hennett Minutes. I'm Greg Hennett, and today we're going to talk about faith or fear. And we're in Israel. This is Monday. We've been here in Jerusalem for 2 days. We were in the Galilee for 3 days, 2 nights. And but we're here in the Leonardo Hotel. If you look around, and our hotel is next door at the Olive Tree. And Edie and I want to talk a minute about faith or fear. We've had some wonderful meetings this morning with others in our group from America, and all of us were talking about faith versus fear. And we're in a situation which is a fearful situation. And so as believers, we have to remind ourselves that we have 2 natures within us, right?
That's right, yes.
And that means we have a free will and a choice as to which nature we will permit to control us, to be released. And Satan doesn't control that, and even God doesn't control that in the sense that he coerces you. It's your choice. And so we were talking this morning about scriptures that encourage faith and trust in God. And one of my sons sent me a Psalm 46 this morning, said that it was on his mind when he was thinking about us being here in a war zone, even though there's not direct combat in the streets, we know that. But we had either a missile or large shrapnel. If that was shrapnel, it was very large, because the hole, when it hit last night about 11 o'clock, about 5 blocks from us, the whole hotel shook. And we've had been going up and down to the bomb shelters when the sirens were sounded. So we've been in a situation which is most unusual for us, and it is a situation of physical fear. That's the difference between physical fear and other fears: fear of people, fear of failure, fear of tomorrow, whatnot. This is a physical fear that we're dealing with here. So anyway, the group of about 22 of us from the U.S., we've been here. 24, you think total? Okay. We've been here for, like I said, in Jerusalem for about, this is the 3rd day now. And we had a very good discussion this morning. And we came to the conclusion that fear, if it is expressed, helps make others fearful, particularly when there's a panic spirit there. And that we need to encourage one another and lift one another when that's the case. Never, ever to condemn a Christian for being troubled or afraid. David was afraid. He said in Psalm 34 that he sought the Lord and he delivered him from all his fears. And also in Psalm 56, I believe it was, he said, "What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee." And so this is a learning experience for all of us. Speaking not just us here, but for Christians everywhere. You'll be going through one test today, another tomorrow, another the day after. And if in each test you choose to trust the Lord, your faith is strengthened and it grows. And you meet the next test with less fear and more confidence in God. And remember, your faith is not in your faith. Your faith is in the unfailing, unchanging faithfulness of God. God has never failed any of us, even when we've had situations where for a time we felt let down. Afterwards, in every case, if we weren't offended with him and didn't walk away from him, we discovered why he permitted something in our life. So God is utterly faithful. It's so awesome and good. Now, while we've been here, one thing we've discovered is that we've had lots of opportunities to talk to people. Some in our group have talked to people who are non-Christians. We talked to some Israeli soldiers down in the bomb shelter with us 2 days ago. Actually, it was yesterday. And I talked to him and rehearsed the history of their state, and really blessed him that I had taken the time to study the history of Zionism and Israel. And then another member of our group here, named John, shared with him Isaiah 52 and 53. So all of us have had chances to speak to people here, haven't we, honey?
Yes, we have.
Yes, and some of them we gave cards to. We, talked to them, just said who we were and what we do, and others we've been able to talk actually the Word of God with them. So this has been a great experience. So let me encourage you that when you're going through a test of faith, and you feel some kind of fear moving in on you, you do have to stir up your spirit. In 2 Timothy chapter 1, Paul says, stir up the gift of God that is in you. So if you don't stir yourself up, you will just succumb to fear. Don't do that. No. There's not an excuse for that. And if people do it, you always are merciful with them, but don't do it yourself. Now, so choose to trust Him. And in each test, your faith gets stronger. As Psalm 84 says, you go from strength to strength, from one level of strength in God confidence to another level, and to another level, and to another level, until we become Pauline. And as you know, Paul, by the time we meet him in Acts 13, was already a very mature Christian, and he went through extreme adversities with amazing confidence, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he really did. And so this is a learning process. Never get down on yourself if you have failed to trust the Lord in a circumstance. Just confess to the Lord, I didn't trust you. Forgive me. Next time I will. And then God will be faithful. He'll give you that next test probably within 24 hours. And just trust Him, and you're growing. So faith and fear is what we've had on our mind today. And I just want to leave you with these thoughts, and maybe they will encourage you when you're in your test of faith or fear. God bless.